The purpose of an IRB hearing is to determine credibility. Is the person really who they say they are? Are they telling the truth about what they claim has happened to them, etc.? There are people who come from all over the world. It's impossible to expect that people on the board will speak every single language. Of course, I've questioned the quality of interpretation. As a legal proceeding where precision might make a difference in the decision-making process, interpreters, I think, need to be these magical people who understand the intent of the question and understand the conversational vernacular that the claimant speaks.
Je m'appelle Thomas Penabad-Casas. J'ai travaillé pour des périodes assez longues avec la Commission de l'immigration et du statut de réfugié.
你好，我的名字叫明成忠，Donald Min。我在加拿大难民局作为一个翻译员。
Non, moi c'est Marie-Chantal Hérissé et moi c'est un interprète dans la Commission division réfugiés.
Well, I was being trained to be a computer operator many years ago, but I didn't like the office atmosphere. I had an opportunity to be trained as interpreter, and so I took it.
Well, back in 1999, I was involved with a group of miners who were being smuggled into Canada, and at that time I was just laid off from my previous job.
Growing up, basically my dream was to become a flight attendant, but no way this is gonna happen. But I was living at my first bachelor apartment, and my next door neighbor, who happened to be a couple from Beijing, just immigrated to Canada. She goes, you know what? Well, you have such an aptitude for language. Why are you letting this go to waste?
I enjoy this job because I like to help people in need of protection, in need of asylum.
Somebody that can't speak for themselves is totally relying on me, and then the member standing there got a huge decision that they have to make, and then they have someone in front of them which they don't understand, and depending on me, basically to convey everything to them to make it clear, flow like water. So I enjoy that part of it.
No, I don't enjoy anything. As far as interpreting is concerned, it's a high-tension job often, and you have to hear stories that are not happy at all, and there are situations where the outcome is not known or you feel it might be really unfavorable. And so it is not an enjoyable situation, I would say.
When you're interpreting, you can have somebody that were on the countryside that have never gone to school. You might have the most sophisticated, highly educated doctor or lawyer or whomever, and you have someone in the middle class. So you have to find a way to relate to all of that and still yet make sure both members and both claimants understand that you're not adding, not taking anything.
Oh yeah, we're always worried that we might miss something. We did sometimes.
Yeah, it has happened to me, definitely. And sometimes, unfortunately, it is after it has all over that one realizes.
We had an interesting conversation in the hearing room today around how to translate pejorative in Spanish for LGBT people. And the word in Spanish is maricón. The interpreter translated it as sissy, and flipped through his, through his English-Spanish dictionary and insisted that that was the translation. Well, that might be the proper translation, but that's not the vernacular. A poof might be something that you apply powder with, but it also means other things as well.
So you have to have confidence go into your room. We may not be perfectly perfect, but we're doing our best.
You don't know who you're going to represent that morning until you walk into the hearing room.
There are many cases where there is indeed suffering.
If they're genuine and then you see the person, you're trying to take that picture out of your head when you go home. Thank God I've never had any nightmares.
But you can also think that there are also some cases where I think the story is at least partly fabricated.
I usually say to them, why is it you guys don't ask us interpreters what we think? Because being interpreters, you're in the community.
We know the reality
You hear things. You can tell when they're lying to. Sitting so close to them as the interpreter, you are the best person to see and to hear body language and everything where the counsel and the member can't see. I know that I'm sitting next to a criminal who should be getting the electric chair, and then I'm coming to that hearing room. They're trying to do everything they can to convince the member they're innocent and then their life is at risk. And then I'm translating all of this, knowing all that. You know what I mean? What can you do? You just to say as objective and partial, and your blood is boiling underneath, but there's nothing you can do. You're just doing your job. Each person is an adventure, let's put it this way. Each story, whether it's true or false, it's an adventure. You get something out of that hearing anyway.
I don't think that interpreters are as respected as they could be. These people have no benefits, they have no sick days, they have no assurance of a minimum income. And I think that if you are basing people's lives on using interpreters, that I think it's really important to treat those living computers, if you will, with a certain amount of respect and recognize how integral they are to the system.